hope you liked my belly dance. So, welcome back. I just wanted to make a video all about my pregnancy and a week by week what has been going on. So my last video I made was all about mine and John's story of when we got together and kind of like I didn't talk too much about like how we met and stuff, but when we got engaged and kind of everything that has led up to this point of being preggers. So I am 9 weeks and 4 days today. So my weeks turn over every Saturday. So on Saturday, I will be in the double digits, guys. Like, that's crazy, but I am so excited. And I am just, can I just say, I am so happy that I decided to document all of this, because I started documenting some of the things that I had went through. And honestly, during those times, I know I didn't document it. It's because I felt sick, and I'm gonna talk more about that during like the each weeks that I'll be discussing. But like, I am just happy that I'm documenting everything, because it just makes it so much more special and something to celebrate. Like, this little baby, like, I'm only pregnant once, or like if we have more kids, I think we're just going to have one little baby, and I think we'll be good. But like, this is a very special pregnancy, and it's the time that I have a little being growing inside of me, and it's my bond with this baby that is just so magical, and I want to remember each and every part of it, even like the gross parts, because how magical is it that I am growing a human in my body. So I am just so excited that I am actually documenting everything, so then I can look back later and be like, wow, like I went through all of that. And there are times where I'll just like forget things just because it's memory. Like, it's like, oh, okay, that's just another day where I was like feeling sick, or like, I don't know, something important could have happened, but it meant a lot to me in that moment. But then later on, I'm like, oh, it was just a memory. Or like, you know, like it's everything regarding memory. Like, you have a moment, and if you don't document it, you don't really remember it. And it makes me think of like Inside Out, if you've seen that, where they're like getting rid of old memories. They're like, oh, Riley hasn't thought about that in a long time, so let's just toss it out. That's like, I feel like how our brains work. So yeah, so I'm just so happy that I'm documenting it, because even me just looking back at my symptoms and things that I was going through each week up until now, and I'm only 9 weeks and 4 days is what we said, that like, even just like looking back, it was kind of challenging to remember everything that was happening, but then I started to jog my memory and I remembered. So I'm just so happy that I'm doing this. So I have like a list of notes of everything that's happened like week by week, and I'm gonna start off by week 4 and like a half, because that's when I found out I was pregnant. So I found out that I was pregnant at 4 weeks, and I got a positive pregnancy test on April 16th. So it would have made me, and that was a Monday. So I believe it was 4 weeks and 2 days. So yeah, so it was 4 weeks and 2 days, which is crazy, because those lines on every test I took came out so clear. Like, I've heard of just like faint lines popping up, or just like negatives coming up, but like my test, nope, clear as day. Like, they were just popping up, and I was like, and then I like took the one that said pregnant, and I was like, okay, like, you can't like fudge up. You can't mess up the word pregnant, like, you know. But it just came out so clear, and I was just like, I still can't get over that, like how clear that was. So I'm going off since then. So at 4 weeks, I wasn't Actually, I was sick. So I talked about that a lot in my previous video. So I went to Disneyland for my birthday and then tested 3 days later, and I was pregnant. So like that's when I found out I was pregnant, but I was feeling so tired and my moods I can't even tell you guys like how crazy I felt. And I don't ever use that word crazy because I have worked in the mental health industry for a while. Industry, I don't know, field. And I usually don't use that word, but I legit felt like there was something just not right with me. I would be like, and I talked about this too, but I would be so happy, like everything's great, like the stars are out, like, you know, like everything's beautiful. And then like, I'm not even kidding, like an hour later, I would be so sad. And it wasn't like just like regular sadness. It was just like, I just felt like awful, like so stressed out, so down in the dumps. And I'm like, what is going on? And that's what I talked about too, was when I was like making up like a regimen of like, this is what you get to do, like you get to work out, like this, like I was like telling myself to like run each and every day and go to yoga every day and eat healthy and like think positive thoughts. So I was like getting my mind back on track, but I just still felt like I didn't have it in me. I felt so tired. Like that was like the biggest thing, is like fatigue and mood swings. And then I did feel a little sick. Like I wasn't feeling super sick, like, because now I know the like pits of morning sickness. Like I know like how bad they can get, that it can get. But I would just feel like there were just a couple of days where I would just feel sick to my stomach. Like I would just feel nauseous, and I was like joking around like I'm gonna puke, but like it wasn't really a joke. Like I really felt nauseous. And then I would get hot and cold, and like I talked about too, I just thought I was just like sunburned, or I was like out in the sun for too long, and that was like changing my temperature. But like I would be freezing, and then I'd be really hot, and then I'd be freezing, and it was like John's like, what the heck, like how are you like going from hot to cold? And he would be like super hot, and for some reason I'd be freezing, and we were out in like 80-degree weather, and I would just like want to put on all my clothes, and I was fine with wearing jeans out in like humid hot weather. It was so weird, but I was just like, like not a big deal. Like I just probably am like feeling a little sick because I'm gonna start my period. Then I found out I was pregnant. That was like my 4th week, just kind of still feeling the same, super fatigued, super duper fatigued, and just mood swings up and down. And that continued on until my 5th week. I remember throughout my 5th week just being so tired, like so tired. I remember John and I were in the car and we went to lunch, and I just was so sick, and I told him, I was like, I just need to take a nap. And I do not take naps, and this pregnancy has humbled me so much, because I usually pride myself on like go, like let's go to the gym, and not even to the gym, but just like out for a run and go to yoga and like go to get healthy foods and like keep running and keep moving around and have 90% or 110% amount of energy. And this pregnancy, this little bean has taught me how to just be humble and just be like, you know what, I need to nap. And it was so funny because we had like a little tent, because we love the outdoors, and so we love the fresh air, so we had a tent behind our house, and I legit was just like, babe, I need to take a nap. And it was like 4 p.m. and we're gonna go work but I was like, I can't, like I need a nap. And that is not like me at all, and I felt so bad. And that's something that has kind of followed me up until now, is just not feeling guilty for slowing down. Like If anyone else can relate, please let me know, because there have been times where I just feel so guilty for just like chilling. But it legit feels sometimes like I just do not have energy to do anything. Like, and then some other days I will, and I take advantage. I tell everyone this that like is like gonna have a baby, or just like people that want to listen. I'm just like, I just take advantage of the days where I have more energy, and I love those days. Like, I send so much love and light and peace and joy on those days, and I'm so grateful for them, because I seriously like have just learned. I am learning. I feel like I'm in the process of just learning how to take it easy when I need to take it easy. But that's what I've been experiencing. But I went and took a nap in our tent that day for like an hour, 2 hours, because I just could not get up. I literally felt like a zombie. I was like looking around like, I am so tired. There's no way. And some days I still have those days where I'm just like, I'm not really, like, I'm zombie version of Teresa. Not really full Teresa today. And that's okay, because I'm learning to love myself and I'm growing a little human being. So yeah. And so that progressed until week 6. So like all of these different symptoms have kind of been there like this whole time. It's just they kind of changed up a bit between each week. So my 6th week, like all day sickness started kicking in, where I would be sick. And I won't say like all day, like all night as well, but like pretty much all of the day. Like I would be sick up until like 2 or 4 p.m. Not even kidding. And then I would finally feel better. So I would wake up early. Like, I still had my normal routine where I'd wake up early. I would push myself to go for a run most of the time. If I was feeling like I could actually push myself, sometimes I'm like, it's just not happening. I feel too sick. I'd go for a run, and then I think I tried yoga a couple of times, because I'm used to like power yoga, vinyasa flow, and I have noticed that that's just not working for my body during pregnancy. Like, I get super sick if I push myself during those classes, which I know I can like chill out during classes, but when I'm just like in it, like I feel like I can do it all, and then afterwards is when it like hits that I kind of went too hard. And that happened to me actually yesterday too. So that's what I'm learning, is how to balance all of that. And then I would have sickness. So like after like my morning routine of like either yoga or running, I would just feel sick, and I would try to do everything I could to kind of just feel better and feel normal. I'd work a little bit, clean around the house, and then I would take a nap around like 3, and I would sleep. No, I would take a nap around like 2 or 3, and I'd sleep for a couple of hours, and then finally I would wake up and I'd feel normal. Like, I'd feel like, okay, I can manage the day. And it wasn't until like late at night, like 4 or 5. So that got a little crazy. Like, that really taught me how to just love myself, love what was going on, love the fact that I'm growing a little human inside of me, and love the process and trust the process of being pregnant, because we're made like, this is natural. This is completely natural to be pregnant. And so a lot of mamas, almost all mamas, go through this. So I'm like, it's fine. It's just, you can tell like my stubborn Aries self that I still do that, where I'm just like, I don't want to be tired. And I'll tell John that all the time. Babe, I don't want to be tired. He's like, really? Like, you're pregnant. And I'm like, it's, oh man. So that happened for a while. And the biggest thing that assisted me, and that the baby loves still to this day, and I know will continue to love, every morning I eat 2 bananas, and that is the only thing that assists my morning sickness. Like, I'll wake up and I'm just like, I'm about to throw up. Babe, can you get me a banana? And like, I'll eat a banana, and like, and then it will take time to kick in, and then I'll just like eat another one just to like mellow it out, and then I'll feel fine. And I'm like, good, and I'll have some water, and I'm perfect, and it's really cool. I'm like, this baby loves bananas. And it's so funny too, because when I was visiting back in Utah, my best friends caught a picture. They took a picture. My best friends took a picture of me with a banana. So I was like staying over at their house while I was there. And so what I do sometimes is, like, when I'm like not feeling sick, I'll grab a banana, take it in bed with me just in case when I like start feeling sick, that I can just have it right there and I don't have to get up and feel sick and possibly puke. So I had half of the banana and I ate half and then fell asleep with the banana and the peel. And my best friends, they love bananas, like they call themselves monkeys, and they snapped a picture of me going like this, like cuddling with my little banana. And so funny, because like that's literally like what I love, my body loves, and the baby loves. And one time I like researched that, and it actually is a thing that helps with morning sickness. And I was like, look how smart our bodies are, that I just was like craving that so much, and that like assists with morning sickness. Like, how cool. So that was that. And then my 7th week was pretty much the same. Super sick, nausea, eating 2 bananas. But my 7th week is when I went to Utah and I got my ultrasound. I got my ultrasound at 7 weeks and 6 days. So I want to show you guys. I got to see little bean burrito, and I always joke around, he's a bean burrito with vegan cheese. He's the cutest little thing. Or she, I don't know. So I just want to show you guys little bean. This is the first picture. So he's very, very teeny, but he's the cutest thing I've ever seen. So this is him, or her. I've had a feeling ever since I tested that I'm having a boy. And it kind of goes back and forth, but I swear I am. Who knows? And then she said this was the yolk sac, I believe. And there's another one. And I'm measuring out at exactly what I thought. There's another. And then this one's so special. So he's right here, but then that's his heartbeat. So cute, and it's steady and strong. So proud of my little bean burrito. We're doing so good. And that's Bean. And he got that name after he was the size of a bean. So, yeah, and I just like hug it all the time. I'm just like I always look at it, and then I get so happy because like that's him. And then as his mama, I'm like, seriously, like I just want to keep seeing him. I'm like, can I do another ultrasound and another ultrasound and just like keep seeing him? So I was thinking about getting a Doppler, a fetal Doppler, but I don't know. I just don't want to be that obsessed, because I know if I get it, I'll just like keep doing it all the time, and if I can't find it, I'll be distraught and thinking something's wrong, and then I'll have John rush me to the hospital. So I don't know, but I am just so proud of him. I'm so proud of this babe. So that's baby. That's me and baby. And then that was at my 7 weeks, 6 days. Then my 8 weeks, I actually, well, the start of my 8 weeks, that night I went on a camping trip, a backpacking trip. It was my first ever backpacking trip. And I'm very proud of myself, I would say, because it was my first ever trip. John was still in Florida while I was out there with my best friends, and they showed me the ropes on everything. And I backpacked while I was 7 weeks, well, into 8 weeks. And that was pretty cool, like, because some days I feel weak, like I just can't do a whole lot, but I showed myself that I could do something, and it just was so nice to be out in nature and amazing with my best friends, and they showed me how to do everything, and I hammocked, and it was awesome. So that day though, we went back to the house, my best friend's house, and I actually puked again. So I've only puked, well, now 3 times during this pregnancy. So I don't puke every morning, which is really nice. So I don't have that type of sickness where I'm actually puking. And I think the reason I don't actually puke is because of the bananas, honestly. But yeah, I ended up puking. I just felt so just off, like dizzy. I think I just needed a lot more water that day. And I puked. But after that, I rested, I got some rest, and I felt so much better. I went for a run. Everything felt really good. And honestly, like the last couple days I was in Utah, I started to feel like myself. And I was like, whoa. I was like, well, first I was like, is everything okay? Like with the baby, I did a ton of research. And everyone was saying how typically at like 8 weeks, they just felt fine. And I was like, okay, like I'm gonna trust this. And so that was really cool to just like spend the last couple of days in Utah with my best friends and feel better. Like I just felt really good. And then I came back to Florida, and then I was still feeling pretty good. Like it was awesome to see John again, and we have been hanging out, living our beautiful life. And it wasn't until 9 weeks, so I'm 9 weeks now, 9 weeks and 2 days is when everything just came back, and I was like, I felt like I had the flu again. Like because I was fine, I wasn't having a lot of sickness, like a little bit of nausea here and there, but like everything came back with like flu-like, and I was like, what the crap? I was like, I thought I was fine and everything was like glorious, but then it also like puts me at ease. Like, or any other mom is like that, where it puts me at ease that like, okay, I'm feeling sick, like I am for sure pregnant and everything's going great in there. But yeah, at 9 weeks and 2 days, man, I got hit by a truck. Like, it was so funny too, because I had just gotten off the phone with my best friend, and I was like, I've been feeling so great, like, oh yay, like, woohoo. And then I just felt so sick. Like I just remember telling John, I was like, I am just not feeling good. I just need to go to bed. I feel so sick. And then I woke up in the middle of the night after falling asleep. Like first off, I couldn't sleep. Then I woke up in the middle of the night and puked, and I'm like, what is going on? And I told John, I was like, I married the bathroom toilet, because I ended up falling asleep like right next to the toilet. And he came in and he's just like, let's get in bed. I was like, no, can't move. And we were talking about it, and I was like, I get to do some like pain meditations before I give birth, so that I know like how to keep my pain at bay and not freak out, because I freak out. And I legit was telling him I might have to go to the hospital because I was feeling so sick, like more than I did with like my 6th and 7th week. I was feeling like I got hit by a truck, and I was like, what the? It's like, so I came back with a vengeance. And now I'm still feeling sick every morning. I am super nauseous, still. Like, it just depends. Some days I have really good days, and like today, like I feel like today is a really great day. I woke up really nauseous today, but it like calmed down, and John and I went for an awesome run, so I think that's why I'm feeling a lot better. So that's awesome. I'm happy about that, and I just can't wait to be in the double digits, and I can't wait for the 12-week ultrasound. I just cannot even imagine how much he has changed. And I keep saying he, and like it could totally be a girl, and I'd be so happy with the baby girl. He or she has changed like from 7 to 12 weeks. That is like, well, it was like 8 weeks pretty much. But yeah, like I cannot wait to see that. And I do want to show you guys some of the stuff I've already gotten. So my best friend Julie, amazing, she got me this book because I had been wanting it even way before I got pregnant, because I've said, like John and I had talked about kids for a while, like not a super long time, but we've talked about them, and we would just kind of like send stuff to each other. And I was like, look, a little book. And then I got pregnant, and then my best friend got this for me when she went with me to my appointment. So it's a mindful pregnancy, and it's by the makers of, or the creators of Headspace, I believe. The Headspace guide to this. So, to pregnancy. And it's been, I haven't read a ton of it, but the part that I did find was all about nausea and fatigue, and it just was really good. So, I got that, and I love it. And then I got this. This is so cute, because like, we're just gonna have the happiest baby, I know it. And so I got Happy Camper onesie. And some days I'll hold it like this, and I'm just like, little babe. And I just do this a lot, so that's me. But yeah, Happy Camper, and I got this on Etsy. And then, this is really cute. This came late because I didn't realize that I ordered it from another country. And she even told me too. She's like, I don't think it's gonna come on time. She's like, I'm not sure if you know that I'm from a different country and all this stuff, but I just like, I love it. So it says, your tiny Mother's Day gift, December 2018. And like, I just am hyperventilating because like this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. So I just can't wait. And then my best friend, she got me these little booties. Look how cute. And imagine them with this Happy Camper. Like, how campy does that look? Like, oh my gosh. And then my other best friend, Julie, she got me this pregnancy diary. So it is the cutest thing ever. Let's see. So it starts off like just like you putting in your due date. So I'm due December 22nd. And that's, like I said, how long I'm, or how far I'm measuring out. But just like each month. So it just has like cute little quotes. Like this says, so many beautiful things are ahead. And then it's gonna like show backwards, but like really pretty designs and a ton of quotes. Like this says, before you were conceived, I wanted you. Before you were born, I loved you. And that's by Maureen Hawkins. Like, how cute. And it says, we're growing, and then you put like what month you're on. And so I counted it out yesterday, and it has 9 months. So you can start from literally month 1. And this is what I was talking about with documenting everything. And so it says, like, these days I'm feeling ways my body has changed recently. Right now I'm most looking forward to, and I'm getting ready for you by. And then just notes and things to remember. And this means the world to me because I am such a memory person. I love to look back at things, and I love to look back at pictures and just like stories and things I've written because I like to write. So this means the world to me. Thank you, Julie. I love you. And so I'm just so excited. So I recommend a journal for everyone because seriously, like, I know that when I get caught up in my everyday life, like, I miss out on just remembering things. So it's so beautiful to remember all of these beautiful moments. So thanks, guys, so much. And I will see you for my 10-week update. Or shall I call them bump dates nowadays? But I do want to show you my belly bump. I don't really have much of a bump, really. I also just ate. I ate some Panera and I've been snacking, so that's my bump. I do feel pregnant sometimes, like right now I feel like, okay, I have a belly. I didn't have the flattest stomach before pregnancy though, but I do feel like that right here is apparent. So thanks, guys. See you later. I love you.